Cooking has always fascinated me, especially the way certain dishes capture our taste buds and leave us craving more. Have you ever wondered why some foods seem incredibly addictive or why specific cooking techniques produce deliciously different results? Welcome to this exciting new series inspired by the book Masala Lab, The Science of Indian Cooking by Krish Ashok, where we dive into the fascinating science and secrets behind cooking. Before we dive deeper, I'm excited to share some fascinating insights and facts I learned from this book. What I love most about Masala Lab is that it's much more than just a cookbook. It brilliantly explains complex cooking science in a simple and entertaining way. For example, did you know why chilies feel hot? The hot sensation comes from a chemical called capsaicin, which triggers special pain receptors in our mouths called TRPV1 receptors. Interestingly, despite the pain, our body releases endorphins, natural mood enhancing chemicals, that create a pleasurable, almost addictive sensation. The first two chapters of the book open my eyes to the beautiful simplicity of cooking science. The author begins by explaining that cooking is essentially about applying heat to ingredients to trigger various physical and chemical transformations. But to really grasp how these transformations work, we need to understand how heat moves in cooking, which is crucial for mastering different techniques. Conduction transfers heat through direct contact. Think of frying vegetables in a hot pan. Convection involves heat moving through liquids and gases, like boiling pasta or rice. And radiation, meanwhile, uses electromagnetic waves. This is what happens during grilling or microwaving. So each method uniquely influences food texture and flavor. The concept of specific heat capacity really fascinated me too. This principle explains why different cooking materials behave differently when heated. Metal pans heat up quickly and evenly, making them perfect for sauteing or stir frying. Meanwhile, water has a high specific heat capacity, meaning it heats slowly and gently, which is ideal for delicate cooking like simmering soups or stews. Another captivating aspect covered in the book is cooking chemistry, specifically the types of chemical bonds that govern how ingredients cook. Ionic bonds, like those in salt, easily dissolves and enhances flavors. Covalent bonds form the stable structures found in proteins, carbs, and fats. Hydrogen bonds are weaker but crucial in shaping proteins and starches. They are why eggs solidified when cooked. And then there are van der Waals forces, subtle but essential in determining the texture and consistency of sauces and creams. These chemical bonds drive key reactions that happen regularly in our kitchens. For example, when you cook rice, starch gelatinization happens as starch molecules absorb water and swell, making rice fluffy and edible. Protein denaturation occurs in cooking eggs or meat, unraveling proteins to give them firm texture. Hydrolysis breaks down tough meat into tender bites during slow cooking. And the Maillard reaction is what gives bread, grilled meats, and fried foods their delicious brown color and rich flavors. Speaking of rice, there's fascinating science here too. Rice grains contain two starches, amylose and amylopectin. Basmati rice has more amylose, cooking into fluffy separate grains, perfect for biryani. Other varieties like ponni have more amylopectin, becoming stickier and softer when cooked. Washing rice thoroughly removes excess starch and ensures the grains cook perfectly fluffy. Lentils, a staple in Indian cooking, benefit hugely from soaking, which reduces cooking time significantly. Pressure cooking speeds up this process even more. Adding a pinch of baking soda further accelerates cooking, especially for tougher lentils. Wheat flour contains gluten, formed by combining water with proteins glutenine and gliadin. Gluten gives dough elasticity, making chapatis and bread soft. The book highlights how resting dough before cooking, known as autolysis, allows gluten to form more effectively, making the dough easier to handle and resulting in softer bread. Vegetables, on the other hand, require quick, gentle cooking to break their tough cell walls without losing essential nutrients. Methods like steaming or quick sauteing at high heat are recommended to retain flavor and texture. Meat cooking also has its secrets. Balancing protein denaturation with collagen breakdown ensures juicy results. Brining meat helps retain moisture, enhancing flavor significantly. Eggs are versatile due to their unique proteins. Cooking them gently helps protein set softly rather than becoming tough. Pre-salting scrambled eggs or omelets makes them fluffier and softer. The book also covers fats, explaining how heating them enhances flavors and textures. Understanding smoke points, temperature where fats break down, is crucial for effective and safe cooking. Chapter 2 of Masala Lab explores flavor science in depth, highlighting how our senses combine taste, aroma, mouthfeel, sight, and even sound to create our overall flavor experience. For instance, salt doesn't just add saltiness, it balances bitterness and highlights sweetness and umami. Historically, iodized salt was introduced in the 1950s to combat iodine deficiency causing thyroid issues. Sugar similarly balances sharp, bitter, and spicy notes and plays a key role in caramelization and Maillard reactions. Think golden brown baked goods or grilled meats. The book beautifully explains how we perceive heat or spiciness, where capsaicin activates brain receptors, leading to pleasure through endorphin release. The spicy intensity is measured in Scoville heat units. The book also taught me how to extract flavors from spices effectively, typically by sauteing them in oil or heating them briefly in alcohol. Thoughtfully combining flavors, balancing sweetness, acidity, saltiness, bitterness, and umami is key to creating deliciously complex dishes. Okay, thank you so much for joining me in exploring these insights. Stay tuned as I'll cover the next chapters in upcoming videos. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and I'll see you in the next part.